So recently I've been looking into medicines a lot,
All right.
and I know there's many different kinds. I wonder if you had any recommendations about what would be good for me to work with.
Well, what we'll say is the following: the more natural they are, the superior they will be ultimately. The more synergistic they'll be with your body. So, for example, many people on your planet will gravitate temporarily to something like LSD, lysergic acid, and they'll consider this to be a plant teacher, but really, this is a compound that is slightly unnatural. Temporarily, it can provide some benefit, but long term, it can have some side effects.
Mhm.
Things like what you call magic mushrooms, psilocybin mushrooms, these are more natural. Therefore, these will be ultimately more symbiotic and synergistic with your body. Things like what you call peyote, found in different cacti, can also be beneficial. These compounds are natural. Therefore, they will be more synergistic, more symbiotic with your body. Ayahuasca is also something that is more natural. Therefore, it will be more synergistic and more symbiotic with your body. Now that we have covered the basics, what is also important is that you understand the elemental power of each of the medicines because, as you know, you have your own elemental balance, yes?
Mhm.
Therefore, certain medicines will be complementary to that, where others, in fact, may be a little detrimental to it.
Hmm.
So, in terms of your zodiac sign, can you please share that with us?
My sun sign is Cancer.
All right, one moment. All right, so this is, of course, a water sign, yet this is a water sign that exists during the fire season of summer. In terms of what you would call your Taoist elements, this is wood, which is spring, transitioning into fire, which is summer. Therefore, something like the mushrooms would likely be beneficial for you because the mushrooms are, in many ways, expressions of what you would call the wood element, in that they are growing off of things, just as the trees of your planet grow off of the earth. So you might find that the magical mushrooms, as they are called, will benefit you. Now, we're not recommending you take them legally. We cannot do that because, well, we're not your medical doctor or provider. So check in with whomever that is. Remember, we technically must say that.
Mhm.
So take that for what it's worth. And of course, use these things safely, use them responsibly. Oftentimes, it's useful to have a guide. Oftentimes, it's useful to really make sure you have a safe set and setting for yourself. So please be responsible, for we value your vitality and well-being, and we wish that vitality and well-being grow for you in all of your endeavors, both mundane and magical.
Thank you. Yeah, psilocybin is the one that I was most interested in taking as well. So that's interesting. And you're talking about this elemental balance of my being. Would it be more water dominant?
Well, it depends on which way you look at it. So we'll talk about it like this: in terms of your body, do you find that you are more emotional in terms of expressiveness, or do you find that you are more emotional in terms of suppression? What we mean by this is some people will take their emotions and they try to keep them in. Other people, they'll experience emotions, but they're overflowing. They can't help but express them. Which category would you say you fall into?
Probably keeping it in.
This is more of what we would consider to be a yang energetic expression. So we'll talk about it like this: even though you are experiencing the Cancer energies, which is, of course, a watery energy, you are also experiencing wood energies, which are the energies of spring. Think of it like this: fire is pure yang, where wood is yin and yang mixed. It's mostly yang with a little bit of water, with a little bit of yin. That's how we see you. You are mostly yang, that is the wood element, yet you have a little bit of water, which is the Cancer sign, feeding into your constitution. Does that make sense?